Hey now, good morning. Happy Monday, PASW staff, clients, and friends joining us. We are back live. Yes, this is me live, although it's pre-recorded, so how would you know? But I wouldn't trick you guys, don't worry. We are back after a long vacation. Well, we did the holiday show. We did, and everybody was involved and did a great job with that, and I was busy along with the other staff, doing Foley and sound design and music and all that stuff for the holiday show. So I needed to put my interest in that. So lest you think I was just hanging out doing nothing, I was busy working, as you guys were. But it's time to get back into the curriculum of our music supervision. Film scoring, TV scoring, this is what we've been doing for years now. This is, I think, this will be going on our 4th year of doing this. And if you're new, please join in. There's a prize every month of who does, who gets it. Not who's the best, but you guys surprise me at different points. And we've been doing this a lot. We've been doing TV scoring. We've been looking at the main themes for TV shows of Game of Thrones, Westworld, White Lotus, and then some older TV shows, Star Trek. And then with classic movies, this is also film history in a sense, because I've been showing you stuff from Jaws to The Godfather to big popular things that we should know about as artists, like we are. And so basically I show you and talk about the music that's happening in the scene. Then I take it out. Then you guys go on YouTube or Spotify and you think what music could work just as well, sometimes even better. And this is, and as a composer, which I am, it's a very good exercise for me too, taking out a score that we know so well with the movie and seeing if another piece of music works well or if it doesn't work well. And it's interesting just psychologically to think, is Jaws, that theme from the cello, the 2-note theme, is that the only piece of music that could have worked for that movie? We'll never know these answers. They're hypothetical, but it's interesting to think of how important the role music plays in visuals, whether it's a TV show or movies. And I'll switch it up. It's not only going to be TV this year or only movies this year. It's going to be things that I just find interesting for us to talk about, to look at, and to use our ears, because your guys' ears have grown so much, tremendously, from just the last few years we've been doing this. I've been very proud of the work we've been doing. And it's fun. It's a very fun, creative exercise, but it shows a lot of skill. Your ears are becoming more fine-tuned to what sounds correct, what sounds right. Because there's a good answer, there's a better answer, there's sometimes the wrong music can kill the scene, kill the emotion, as we've seen things that don't work when you put the same music to a scene that's a little scary music, then the scene becomes very haunting. Same scene, romantic music, it becomes very lovely. It's a very interesting psychological game that producers, composers, directors use for an audience to make them believe what's happening. The action in the scene is believable, or evokes emotion. It's cool. We're playing with the power of editing and film scoring to take the audience into the film that you've created, you've scored, and say, believe it with a very scary score like Psycho, believe it with a very romantic score like Punch Drunk Love, believe it with an epic score like The Mission. These are all movies that we've done. So it's just kind of a longer introduction into what we've been doing. So, and you can email me or text me. And if you have a few ideas, that's okay too. I'm here to help you guys grow, and just like you guys help me grow. And so that's kind of the long introduction and a welcoming back to this. This is my favorite part of teaching here at PASW, thinking about music and hearing film scores and hearing music that works visually. Because it's so powerful. Visuals and music are the most powerful, to me at least. Reading a book is powerful, listening to music, watching a movie, but when they're all kind of put together, with music and visuals are put together, and you're in a theater or you're in your bedroom and a laptop and the lights are off, you're sucked into this other world, which can be very frightening, fun, very exciting. Movies are so exciting. So that's part of the passion here. Okay, so it's well past Christmas. I hope everyone got what they wanted for Christmas. But this is a favorite Christmas movie that I see every year. And even though it was a few weeks ago, there's just this movie. It was a childhood favorite of mine, probably yours too. And when I was rewatching it a few weeks ago, part of what I love so much about the movie is how much music there is in this movie, how cute, lack of a better word, cute, but how well the score is intertwined in this movie into this young kid's, vision of wanting a Red Ryder BB gun. So today we're going to look at A Christmas Story.
Ah, there it is, my house. How could I ever forget it?
That star is crooked.
Christmas was on its way.
Ralphie, what would you like for Christmas?
I want an official Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 range ball air rifle.
No, shoot your eye out.
Oh, no.
Come on, Mom, we're gonna be late. I triple dog dare you.
What I want for Christmas.
Aha! A little bribe never hurts.
A lamp! Oh, wow!
When all is most right with the world,
Oh, you should see what it looks like from out here.
the most unthinkable disasters descend upon us.
Scott Farkas.
Don't you give me that look. You're gonna get it.
How about a football?
No, I want an official Red Ryder Carbine Action 200 range battle air rifle.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Ho, ho, ho.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Christmas Story is from 1983 and maybe has become one of the most famous Christmas movies of all time. It's humorous, it's funny, it's very much like The Wonder Years, and The Wonder Years actually did take influence from this adult narration and reflection on being a kid. And so Gene Shepard is the narrator in this movie, but also wrote the screenplay to this movie. He was a humorist and storyteller, radio personality, and very famous, and scripted this and directed by Bob Clark. And so the two of these guys came up with maybe one of the best Christmas movies of all time. And mostly we know because it's been so famous that Ralphie is, little Ralphie. They've got bullies at school. He's got a dad that doesn't really listen. He's got a loving mom that's very sweet. It's a very universal story, but all he wants is this Red Ryder BB gun. That's all he dreams about. And everyone says he's going to shoot his eye out, right? Because the glasses, it can poke, the gun can kind of come back and break his glasses. So everyone's telling him no. But this is what he wants so badly in it. So we're here because of the music, and like I was mentioning, so much of what I loved about how playful and passionate and beautiful about the movie is the music. And a lot of it, I mean, the music, there were two composers attributed to it, Paul Zara and Carl Zittrer, and they incorporated classical themes. And so there's a lot of classical music of composers we've looked at. So you'll when you see this, you'll know it. We've done a whole Tchaikovsky class. There's a big part of Romeo and Juliet Overture that we've listened to that's in this movie. There's a lot of Prokofiev. We've done a class on Prokofiev, the Russian composer. Remember, the Russian composers were very playful. The Germans were very romantic, right? So there's Prokofiev, Tchaikovsky that we've looked at. There's another very important, and we've used this scene before, but another very important part of music in this movie is the On the Trail, the Freddie Grofé. He writes this, and this is the Grand Canyon Suite. So there's a lot of famous pieces of classical music intertwined into the story of hope and and all of these things that make this movie so powerful. And so one of the most beautiful scenes I've always thought about this movie is waking up on Christmas morning. So Ralphie is so hoping that Santa, brings him this Red Ryder BB gun, air rifle, and the audience is really hoping it too, because he's longed so much for it. He's tried everything, right? And everybody just keeps knocking him down. So this scene, we're going to take a look at it. It's got two pieces of music that the director really cut beautifully together, because there's two different composers, two different musics, but it's all just one scene of him waking up. So let's take a look at the scene, and then we'll talk about the music. Beautiful moment, right? So when he's in bed and the scene starts, that's a celesta. We've talked about the celesta. I use it all the time in my music. It's attributed, Tchaikovsky made it very famous with the Nutcracker suite. We've looked at the Nutcracker, we know about the Nutcracker. It's like a piano-like instrument, very beautiful music. That's what that instrument is. That is part of the Grand Canyon on the Trail suite. But then it turns into something that I never knew what that beautiful harp music was from until researching this class. Figured out it's from another composer that we talked about, Benjamin Britten. We've revisited Benjamin Britten. He is known as one of England's greatest composers, and this is a ceremony of carols. It was a choral composition, but there's a movement that has the harp in it, and so that's the movement that we're using. So this was like me opening, and this was me on Christmas morning, finding that excerpt, because as a kid I always thought that harp section was beautiful, but I had no idea who had written that music. And little did I know it was from Britten, one of my favorite composers, but I didn't know there's a lot of Britten music that I had never heard, so I never knew that was it. So like Ralphie, I was very excited to know, oh, it's from A Ceremony of Carols by Britten. That's what that harp is. So there's two different beautiful parts going on. It's the celesta and then the harp. So you don't have to use those instruments at all. I want you to use what's beautiful for the scene. So let's take a look at the scene without any music. So this is self-explanatory. It should be magical. It should be very light. It doesn't have to be a harp, a celesta or a harp. It can be, but it should be. This is when each kid and each adult can remember a little bit about what it was like waking up Christmas morning with so much excitement and a lot of possibilities, right? So this isn't heavy metal. This isn't anything with words, because this is beyond words. This is all pure feeling and emotion. So figure out some music that can go there, that can sound like the score that we heard. A lot of these assignments going forward are going to be copying, maybe of what the original score sounds like. So you can do that. You can borrow and copy. If you do want a harp, something beautiful to be played by a harp or celesta, that's perfectly fine too. So find something that sounds, that could fit this really cool scene of just Ralphie waking up, and get it to me, by Tuesday, Wednesday, the latest, because we see your results on Friday, your name up on the big screen. Okay, so great to be back. Thanks for watching. I'd love more participation this year. We're going to be doing this every week, every Monday, and then Friday we see your results, so you know how it goes. Okay, have a great rest of the day. Good to be back, and I'll see you soon. Okay, bye.